Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard New York Jets News, hosted by Jude Jets, the best darn place for some Jets news. Enjoy your flight.
What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the New York Jets Daily Recap. I'm your host, Jude Jets. And before we get started, 83% of you who watch my videos are not subscribed, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. And without further ado, let's get on to some news. The NFL, CBS Sports, and ESPN released their Week 1 power rankings today. Or is it, Week 2 power rankings, my bad. And the New York Jets are dead last. We dropped 7 spots. We were ranked number 25 on NFL. I believe it was like 27 CBS and also like 23 ESPN, 25. I don't remember. I have the NFL networks pulled up right now. What they had to say about the Jets' loss against Buffalo and why they dropped this many spots. Outclassed and outcoached. That's the certain way to describe the season opener. A 27-17 loss to the Bills that wasn't nearly as close in reality. Josh Allen piled up nearly 400 yards with his arm and legs, while his counterpart Sam Darnold showed no evidence of greater comfort in his second year in Adam Gase's system. Darnold has the deck stared against him on multiple levels, but that doesn't excuse the errant passes and poor decision-making that we saw from the afternoon Orchard Park. Darnold now gets in the 49ers Week 2, and it looks like he won't have Le'Veon Bell, who could miss a couple of weeks with a hamstring injury. The Jets feel like a bad news factory right now. So yeah, I totally agree with this. The Jets were the worst team in the NFL last week. Teams like the Dolphins, teams who were supposed to lose last week, like Washington, Jacksonville, won. Like teams who probably should tank the season won. So it's ultimately that the Jets, Adam Gase really isn't the good head coach, unless that was just a stinker and maybe we can pull out a win against the 49ers the previous coming the day before the game. So hopefully this isn't a long-term thing and the New York Jets can pile up some momentum, because we're reportedly not tanking, so this is actual play. This is what the product that the New York Jets have worked on the whole entire offseason gave us. It's like Madden 21. It sucks. So they're going to have to tighten up their act, give us a patch update. But we did do some stuff today that really doesn't help out the team per se, but it is news towards the team. According to Gangrene Central, a New York Jets fan page on Instagram has 15.9K followers. He said that the Jets are expected to sign linebacker Paul Warlow to their practice squad for source. Warlow, he is 30 years old, so he's a pretty old guy. Hasn't played, he was actually with the New York Jets last year. Apparently played in 4 games, but did not record a single statistic. He was with the Falcons for 4 years of his career. His best season as a pro was 2014, when he recorded 142 sacks. His last full season of play was with the Detroit Lions, where he recorded 30 tackles and only played in 13 games. And he was with the New York Jets last year. Played in 4 games, no statistics recorded, but now it looks like they're going to sign him to the practice squad with the injury of Cashmen. Now, we did not move Alec Ogletree to our roster, and we also didn't sign anyone to our roster at the inside linebacker position, so it looks like Williamson should be healthy Week 2 against the 49ers, which is a good thing, trending in the right direction. We need some good sparks to the New York Jets team, so it looks like Paul Warlow is coming to the Jets practice squad. Kalen Ballage, the New York Jets traded for him a day before he was about to get cut. We sent a 7th-round pick over to the Miami Dolphins, but then he failed his physical. So he gets sent back to Miami, Jets get their pick back, and then he goes on waivers, no one picks him up. But now, according to Kalen Ballage's agent, the New York Jets signed him. Now, with the news of Le'Veon Bell being hurt, this makes total sense. The only healthy running back on the team right now is Frank Gore. Now, I do expect the New York Jets to promote Josh Adams to their game day roster. If you did not know, NFL teams can have an extra amount of players. So like the roster is 53 players, but they can have 55 on game day. So the Jets are most likely going to add like Malone, Adams, those type of players. So Josh Adams is most likely going to be promoted to the roster on game day. But Kalen Ballage has been signed to the Jets roster. Taking a look at this guy's stats. He, in 2018, his rookie year, he had 191 yards, 1 touchdown, 9 receptions for 58 yards. Now note, his best season of his career, which wasn't really that great, was with Adam Gase. So Gase drafted him, and Gase likes the player. So maybe this is why the New York Jets decided to sign him, because there are better backup running backs available right now, such as Bilal Powell. 2019, last year, he had 135 yards, 3 touchdowns, 14 receptions for 63 yards. So his yards decreased, but his receiving yards increased. Now, I believe he did have the worst yards per carry in 2019, so that is bad. And the Dolphins were releasing him for a reason, but now he's coming to the New York Jets. And the reason why he's coming to the Jets is because Le'Veon Bell is being put on IR. Not because, according to Kim Jones, and because he hurt his hamstring. So Adam Gase said that he doesn't see Le'Veon Bell coming back in a couple of weeks, and he hurt his hamstring. So now he's going to be out at least 3 weeks. Don't see this being season-ending. He's going to be out for the 3 weeks and comes back on the roster. So pick up Frank Gore on your fantasy teams because he's going to be the Jets starter.
Hi, editing me here. So the New York Jets announced that they are placing Cashmen Mims and Blake Cashmen also on injured reserve. Bad news. The New York Jets, well, Le'Veon Bell was their most explosive playmaker. No doubt what his stats were in 2019. Overall, he's just one of the best playmakers on the team. I mean, the guy's a former All-Pro. And now Denzel Mims, our rookie, who was supposed to be good, missed week 1. Adam Gase said the energy, not IR related. Or should it be placed on IR? Because it's not going to be made placed on IR. We don't know if this is going to be on IR for the rest of the season, or is this going to be on IR for the 3 weeks like Bell? We don't know. It's a hamstring injury, so it should be like Bell. Now, Cashmen, on the other hand, Cashmen has a groin injury. It's the same kind of injury as C.J. Mosley. So, is it major? Is it 3 weeks? Is it the full season? We don't know. It makes sense why the Jets signed that guy to the practice squad, and it also makes sense why they signed Ogletree about a week ago, because, well, the Jets knew they were going to have injuries at that position. So maybe they bring back Burgess, too. He's also an option. There's just a lot of guys the Jets could bring in do for this team. It's just going to be interesting how this plays out. Maybe the Jets sign another receiver because, my God, help us, our weapons were not performing. Besides Jamison Crowder, the guy's amazing. Hopefully Perryman, Herndon had a good last couple minutes of the game, but Perryman, Hogan, those guys need to step up the baseline. Let's hope Perryman shows that into 2019 stuff. Let's see if Hogan can just show his always reliable self. Malone could maybe step up. I don't know. These guys just need to step up.
Now, what I like to do every day, if the news is required, or if he puts out the news, Brian Costello puts out these good little tidbits of news for the New York Jets. So I call this Costello's Corner. I'm not in a corner. So he put out the Jets defense and offensive rankings today. So offensive rankings. We're the 30 best offense. We have the 31st best run offense and the 25th best pass offense. And we are tied for the 23rd spot for scoring. So we have the 30 best offense, which is not good. We're trending in the same direction as we were last year. And our offense sucked last year. So we have the second worst offense in the league, which is not something to brag on. And my laptop just died. So that is not good. Alrighty, I've got my laptop from school, and let's get onto the defensive rankings. So the total, we were 26th total best defense so far in the league. We are tied for the spot, which makes sense because the Bills had around 400 total yards of offense, maybe over 400 total yards of offense. I mean, Josh Allen balled out. The Singletary and Moss didn't have too many running yards, which is why the Jets had the 12th best running defense. That defensive line is good at attacking running backs, but whenever it comes to stopping quarterback run, we just aren't good at it. We are just not good at it at all. which is most likely why we're 12th. If we would have maintained Allen, if he wouldn't have had like 57 rushing yards, we could be top 10. Pass defense, we are 29th, which makes sense because Allen almost had 400 passing yards. He had probably his best game ever as an NFL player. I mean, he just was flawless. He had 2 fumbles, which is something to brag on. But other than those 2 fumbles, he did good on the ground, did good in the air. He had 2 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. I mean, he was just doing great. And we tied 21st for scoring. Because a lot of teams like the, Browns let up 31. That's the only really team I could think of who scored a lot of points, the Ravens. But, yeah, so 21st, we're actually tied for that as well, so that's something. At least we're not last in anything. So the Jets are 6.5 underdog, home underdog, Sunday against the 49ers. We were 6.5 away underdogs against the Buffalo Bills, and we obviously lost. Now, the 49ers were projected to beat the Cardinals, and the Cardinals did beat them. Not saying this means anything because the Cardinals are a way better team than the New York Jets. But the 49ers aren't in the greatest shape of the team right now. They are very injured. So maybe the New York Jets can pull out a victory with a lot of their biggest weapons being injured. My preview video will come out Sunday. I reminded you about a million times. And the announcers for the Jets game are Kenny Albert and Jonathan Vilma. They are having the call for the Fox coverage of the Jets and 49ers. So that's pretty cool. There will be a clip of them 2 announcing if I can find one. Thank you guys for watching. If you're returning, welcome back. I love having you here. If this is your first time watching the New York Jets News channel, make sure to subscribe because I post New York Jets content like this every single day. And turn the notification bells on so you get alerted every time I upload a new video. Follow me on social media at JuJets on Instagram and Twitter. Is also linked down below in the description. And thank you guys for watching. And as always, go Jets. Peace.